Starting soon. Loading chats. One chat loaded so far. I got some movies. Today's going to be a night talking about physical media. Gonna get one more chat session loaded up here and we'll get started. There we go. I think one more. Not that I'm expecting any more, but you never know. Welcome, Alina. I'm just about to get started here. I'll let Alina answer that question since she's in chat. Okay, all set. So here we go. Got a big pile of movies here. Most of these just arrived in the mail today. And I want to be able to open these. So let me grab something just to kind of, a toothpick will have to do. All right. That fruit pizza was good. Okay, so let me go ahead and I wanted to talk about physical media since I just got a giant pile here. I think most of these are older titles. So, but I haven't really sorted these, but they appear to be mostly from newer to older. Just going to talk about them, then I'll talk about physical media in general. And I'm actually just going to open them because it's hard to see. And these are for me. I'm not a reseller. So I didn't buy these to keep them in the plastic. So opening them now. First we have, oops, there we go. Edge of Tomorrow in 4K. I'm a little sad that a lot of the 4K media now only comes in 4K. They used to be the 4K disc, the Blu-ray, sometimes even the DVD or a digital copy, but usually got 3 formats per purchase. And now the newer stuff is only coming in the 4K when you buy a 4K. I love this movie a lot. I wish it was a sequel, but I'm not sure about this cover. I think I like the original poster better. Let's take, oh, this is something sad too about the newer physical media. I've seen this a lot. Wait a second, I thought this said, this one does have a Blu-ray disc. Okay, the front says it's only the 4K. Usually up here it says it's, but we have, there's a Blu-ray copy. Got a Blu-ray copy and the Blu-ray copy and the UHD. It does look pretty thin. It is the normal size. This is not Blu-ray thickness. This is well, I mean, this is the Blu-ray thickness standard, which is kind of thinner than DVD. But what I was going to say is that a lot of the disc art is just this, super boring, not a whole lot put into it for the newer stuff. And I won't be shocked if there's not really a whole lot of, no, this one says the Blu-ray is loaded with extras. So, but I have been noticing a lot of the new 4K stuff doesn't come with extras, which is probably why the Blu-ray is so important. One down, I kind of wish I had something to sit here and hold this up. Oh well. There you go. Next we have, come on, open it up. This one I'm excited about. This is the Mummy trilogy. And this one does have all of it, the 4K Blu-ray, digital code, and it's kind of a nice, I know some people don't like them coming in a little box. Sometimes they call these slip covers. I like this, even though it is only one case with all the discs. I do like that it has this separate little holder here, little box. This is a little bit thicker than normal because it has carrier on the inside. And since this is 3 movies, there's 6 discs in here. And this one, they put some, see, this is obviously an older release. They've done a little bit more on the artwork, which is pretty cool. Got Blu-ray. Oh, look at that. It's actually multiple here. That's nice. So it's only 1 disc per thing. Sometimes they'll layer the discs, which I don't like because they have to take off 1 disc to get to the other. And they went ahead and added extra pages so they wouldn't have to stack any discs. Okay. And then they went ahead and put, which I guess is nice, they put the 4Ks all together. I mean, obviously you could shift them around how you want. I'd probably put the 4K ones at the front. Those look good though. So the 4K ones have some color, and the Blu-rays are just black and white. I'm excited about this one. It's been a while since I've watched The Mummy, so I'm excited to see these in 4K. Oh, well, this one's not as old, but next we have up here is Groundhog's Day. Get this opened up. Take a look. This one's also 3 formats. Gosh, this must be loud with the microphone. Okay, again, Groundhog's Day. I like that they kept the classic cover on here. Because often when they finally come out with a 4K release, they're so bent on coming up, and you'll see it here later, actually coming up right next. They want to change it, which is fine. It can be good, but I'm glad they stuck with the classic cover here. Oops, one of the discs came out, the Blu-ray. And these are basic, but I'm pretty sure the DVDs were just as basic, which is fine. Blue for Blu-ray, black for the 4K UHD. And then, of course, my code, which I won't show. I keep that one. Oops. One of this came out for the Mummy. It's the code, and keep it together. There we go. Oh, come on. All right, Groundhog's Day. I am also super excited about this. Princess Bride, one of my all-time favorites. Now I'll have it in 4K. And this is the Criterion collection. And so Criterion went ahead and did all these fancy covers. And I'm not mad at this cover, but I did like the Blu-ray version of the cover a lot. The Blu-ray one was designed in such a way that it read out the same upside down or right side up, which is cool. Marriage brings us together to die. Really wonder how that guy did that. I mean, clearly he doesn't sound like that normally, but that was a fun sound he made. Now this is interesting. Now, most of these are standard cases that you can take out the cover, change it. A lot of them have reversible artwork, which we're gonna hit next. But this one, this is unusual. I didn't see this. I didn't actually watch any other reviews, but see if you can see the texture. I mean, look at this. It's like a book. See if we can get that to focus. There we go. I don't know if you can really see this, but this actually has the texture of a book. This feels like a hard copy book. So I'll forgive the cover. You know, I didn't say it's a bad cover. I would have preferred the other, but paired together with this nice like book feel to it. Oh, look at that. It even has like literal book pages. That is really cool. I wonder if that's like the actual story. Yeah. Let me sum up. That is really cool. Nice, clean artwork. Looks like. That is really nice. Now, normally for the back of something like this, you would have, and they have this slipcover here, which is like some standard, you know, your basic stats about the disc. And typically I would keep this for the time being. I'll put it in here. But since this isn't like something, this is a very unique. Now this one I wish had a slipcover like the Mummy one, because since it is a book, it would be nice for this to go into a cover. But I'll store this with this for now. How to say, out of presentations, this is probably one of my favorite case presentations. Put this back here. I'll actually set this right up here for a second. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Next, another classic, Elvira. Now, I saw the cover, I'm like, this is not the classic cover. Let's go ahead and open it up. I own all the other versions of this, so why not own it in the highest quality? That movie theater experience. Okay. Not a fan of this cover. This is by Arrow, which is big on doing 4K distributions for movies that nobody else is working on, which is cool. But I'm not a fan, and I don't know if anybody else here is a fan either. See that rainbow bar at the bottom? And their big old Arrow logo? You know, I get it. I get it. You're the studio. You want to be in your face, but you're also not Criterion. And Criterion doesn't even do that. I mean, right here, this is a Criterion collection. A lot of effort. And yes, they do have this C kind of hidden off the side for Criterion, but no big rainbow logos. It's very clean. That's Criterion. Arrow put this little rainbow logo at the bottom of every copy of their disc, which I don't like. I know I'm nitpicking, but I don't like it. Now, luckily, this one, like I was talking about, you can open it up standard-wise and pull out the actual cover. And luckily, this one comes with the classic Elvira cover that showed up in movie theaters, the posters, as well as old VHS and Blockbuster days. But you know what? Sadly, look at this. Nice clean cover, and they still have the rainbows at the bottom. All this black and white theme, you have a rainbow. And I don't have a problem with rainbows. I like rainbows. I just don't want it on everyone. You know, a lot the artwork on the cover is, it's called artwork because it's art. There was effort put into this. In this case, it's drawing. You know, you've got different compositions done on film before Photoshop days. You know, there was effort, conscious effort, because this is what you were going to see when you walked into Blockbuster. This is the thing that you would see in the old days before Netflix. When you're in Netflix, this would be the same thing. This is the advertising to try to get you to watch it. I don't need to see the brand Arrow on the bottom. It's ugly. Unfortunately, if I want it to be different, I'll have to print out my own cover. And you know, that's an option. I can keep the one it came with, print out my own, and do that. This one only comes in 4K, which is fine. I own the other versions. And I like that. It's kind of an interesting take to have it kind of focus in on her top of her hair, like where it all focuses in, kind of like a big spider in her iconic eyes. There we go. At least now it looks more like what I'm used to for an Elvira cover. All right. Now we have another Criterion collection. I'm hoping that this one has a reversible cover because this one comes in a normal 4K case. We have Pee Wee Herman, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And this is a fun cover too. They got the C at the top for the Criterion. Now Criterion does do this sometimes too. They do have this little logo, or not logo, but where it says Criterion Collection. And it kind of wraps around to the front. I don't like that, but at least it's better than the rainbow. So let's take a look on the inside. Whoa! These are some fun discs. Check this out. Yeah, tell them Large Marge sent you. Check out those. That is wild. What's the one below it look like? That's the top one. The top one's the UHD. Okay. That's cool. And I don't mind the stacked because in this case, the stacking doesn't touch, which is nice. It's not touching anything there, although it is ultra close. So that is a risk. So this is kind of, I would say this is not so good. One, look here at the bottom. Come on, focus. Right there. If you can tell, the other disc, not only is it underneath it, it's caught under a piece of plastic for the other one. So it's gonna, you gotta be careful there when you're coming out. It touches there. So that could be a friction point. But more importantly, what I don't like is that the top of this one is right below the surface of the UHDs. And these UHDs are a lot more sensitive because how densely packed the data is. I can see that there is an air gap. So luckily, when it's sitting there, it's not touching. But If I was going to be transporting this a lot, I'd put some kind of like maybe a piece of toilet paper in there to be protected. So yeah, we're going to talk about reviews at the same time. What do we have here for kind of this little booklets? Whoa, wow, this is kind of fun. Got this big, looks like it's supposed to be a map of his adventure. That's pretty cool. Okay, am I folding this right? Oh goodness, I'm not folding this right. Now what I'm curious about is, does this have, it does have a reversible, but they didn't put any effort into the reverse. I mean, clearly I'm going to keep this. I was really hoping to see the classic Pee-wee on his red bike. Picture right here is really clean. Would have been nice, like the Elvira reversible. Okay. There we go. Pee-wee Herman. Ah, this is a throwback classic. I guess you can call this a cult classic, kind of like possibly Elvira. You got, ooh, come on. Get the slip cover back on here. Boom. The light's causing a glare. It's actually not this washed out. Let's see if we can get it better with the, no, the light's kind of washing it out. UHF. Weird Al. It's hard to imagine that, okay, it comes with both versions here. And I get they're trying to make this look like really old TV stuff, but I mean, we had color in the 80s. There was color in the 80s. There's no reason to make these look like they're sepia black and white, 50s, 30s. It should have just been in plain color. The Daniel Radcliffe one was amazing. He did an amazing job as Weird Al Yankovic. That was a blast. I actually want to get that on physical media as well. Get a copy of that. But what I was saying is that this is a low budget movie. I don't know. Hopefully this was shot on film, because that seems like that'd be the only way to get a quality 4K transfer of a movie they probably didn't have much of a budget for. So hopefully it was at least 35 millimeter film. There's definitely no way it was 70 millimeter. Actually, I'm going to do this one here. Let's talk about this one. Got two more movies. Right. Goonies. Really? Doesn't like to focus on this plastic. All right. See, and again, this is a very new release. And all we get is the most plain discs imaginable. I mean, they look like old CDs. No slip covers, no nothing. I mean, at least it has, in this case, at least it's Blu-ray and 4K. We at least get that. Oh, and no reversible slipcover, which is fine. It has the classic Goonies cover. So that's fine. That makes sense. They at least stuck with that. And my last one, so Criterion had a sale, which is why I ended up buying a bunch. So there was like 50% off because these Criterion Collection ones are so expensive. Resellers keep buying them. So I was able to finally get them now that they did a second run and a new sale. And at the same time, while Criterion was doing that, Amazon was price matching and having a big sale on a bunch of other 4K movies. So here we have Clue. See if we can get all the plastic off here real quick. There we are. Okay, Clue 4K. Oh, these are nice. Those are nice discs. I like that. So the 4K Ultra one is the one up above with Tim Curry as the butler. And then this bottom one is the rest of the group is the Blu-ray edition. Oh, darn, it is not a reversible slipcover. I was really hoping it would be, because as much as it's nice that they have a new cover, I mean, this just doesn't scream Clue. I mean, it's kind of hard to read this little red Clue. There's a bunch of lines going on. The original Clue cover, I think, is way better. Not sure what makes this the collector's edition. Now, what's interesting about making this one 4K is I'm sure this was on film, and so they could get a good video transfer for 4K. But this has like one of the worst audio tracks ever. It's 2.0 stereo. Actually, you know what? Let me make sure, because it might even be mono. Yeah, look at that, Master Audio Mono. Am I reading that right? Yep. Mono audio in the 80s. The THX was invented by Star Wars in 1978. Improving sound in theaters since 1978. This comes out in the 80s, and they just do mono audio. So you have a 4K film transfer, which probably looks amazing, and they can do nothing to make the sound better. So the best they have on here is uncompressed master DHS mono audio. That's it. That's, at least if it was stereo, they probably could have, I don't know, maybe come up with some fake surround sound, but all we get is mono, which is pretty sad, because with all the cool stuff that happens with the house, there's actually a lot of audio clues with different things in the house, with the secret passageways. It would have been cool to at least have stereo and have the sound coming from different sides. Surround sound would have been even cooler, but that's really sad. But I am happy, at least now I have it in 4K. So I'm super excited about this one, though. It's one of my favorite new purchase to put this on the shelf. It feels really cool in the hands. I'm excited about all of these. As far as like owning movies, these are a bunch of my favorites. So as far as, I would love to rewatch all of them. I'd like to rewatch, for sure, for things that are in 4K I haven't seen in a while. I would love to see The Mummy. I would say that's probably the one I'm most excited about re-seeing in 4K. I'm going to see The Clue coming up in October, like I always do. Goonies has got to be good. I haven't seen Goonies in a really long time. I know this will look good. It's a sci-fi. It'll look good. But as far as rewatch and something that would really excite me, I'd have to say that these are probably my top picks out of this batch here of what I would love to see now in 4K. I did not see, well, you know what? I did see one of these in theaters. I actually saw, was it right here? I saw Groundhog's Day in theaters. So I do remember that. This would take me back watching this again in 4K. These ones I never saw in theaters. I could have easily have seen The Mummy in theaters. I don't know why I didn't. I'm pretty sure I didn't see any of these in theaters. These two I did not. And I'm sure these are going to look amazing in 4K. Take you back. Yeah, The Mummy out of these four is definitely the most recent. And I'm sure it will age well. And the video is going to look really good. This is fun. I'm sure this looks amazing and sounds amazing. And then, yeah, I am curious to see. I mean, this never looked good. So I'm guessing that in 4K, it will look just like it would in theaters, which might look like an old 35 millimeter film. Even as a 35 millimeter film in the theaters, I can't imagine this looked incredible. So it'll be interesting. And I remember loving the way this looked no matter what, whether it was VHS, DVD, or Blu-ray. So just to own it is great. All right, that is the collection here. So we just spent last 30 minutes covering how many movies here? How many movies did I just buy in this last batch here? It was well, it's 9 boxes, but the Mummy's 3, so that's 8 plus 3, so 9 plus 2, it's 11. Any others? Yeah, so 11 titles here, which is cool. Anybody else into physical media? Hopefully I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one online that's into physical media. Anybody watching tonight that has any comments about physical media in general? There's been a lot of talk in the news when it comes to physical media with Grand Theft Auto 6 being announced. Anybody's aware of that news? Grand Theft Auto 6 is not going to have a physical release. And I think it's extremely strange. It's one thing to not have a physical release, and you just go ahead and say it's digital. You just go to the store, whether it would be Steam or the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Store, and you buy it and you download it and you do that. A lot of people like their games that way. But it's a box. They're selling physical cases that are pretty much, like one of these plastic cases. It's a normal PS5, Xbox case that just has a code inside. You don't save any money, of course. You own a box with box cover art, but you still just get a digital game, which I think is pretty insulting. Just don't have physical media and just acknowledge that you're not selling Grand Theft Auto 6 physically, but to make it look like you are. You sold Grand Theft Auto 5 physically, and now 6 you're not. You're selling a case like you do, like it's on your shelf, which is sad. So I'm hoping with, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure this is true, with Clair Obscur Expedition 33, their indie developer didn't originally have a physical edition, but apparently the digital version did so well, they went back and produced a physical disc, which had all the patches up to that point too. So you got this new Day Zero physical disc of Expedition 33, and I bought that. I didn't buy the game until it came out in physical. So I would love to own, and I don't even know why. I'm going to say I would like to own Grand Theft Auto 6 because I own Grand Theft Auto 1 through 5. I hardly played 5, to be honest. I enjoyed 1, 2, and 3 the most, which might be odd. So, but yeah, it's sad. I want to see a physical copy of that. And to actually be able to play it, like if I wiped out my PlayStation, start off fresh, I put in a disc, the game's offline, I might not be able to get patches, but I should be able to have a physical copy that I can just play. So, and I enjoy that. I think a lot of people are, yes, no one can take it away. That's another thing too. You bring up the Sony thing. If anybody else saw that the past couple of days, Sony, I believe, cut 500 titles from online purchases. So these weren't just things that were on streaming. These were things that people had actually bought digital copies of Sony movies. And Sony said, you know what? We're just not going to let you watch them anymore. No refunds, it's not, they didn't say it was, and I'm sure there was somewhere in the fine print that warns you when you're buying digital media that they have the right to make it unavailable. But regardless, first of all, no one's reading that. And two, the expectation is that they're not going to do that. But they just did with a huge amount. Cut them out. Everyone's, clearly there's a lot of people that bought those movies and now they don't have access to them. So, and I like it on the shelf. There's something about going on the shelf. Oops. And you see your movies. They're tangible. You can pick them up, put them in, they just play. They sound the best. They look and sound the best that they're going to sound, and they're just really cool. And the menus are an experience. All of that. The only thing that does stink is that they put like anti-piracy warnings within the video. I don't know about the newer stuff. I know a lot of the older ones do, which I think is really weird because it's the official media. If you pirate it, the pirated copy won't have a pirating warning. It'll look better. And if you've already bought it, why do you need to see a warning about anti-piracy? So that's kind of very strange. Okay, well, that is it for this. I don't want to end my stream just yet, so if anybody wants to stick around, I am going to switch over and play some casual games, give my brain a rest, and just chill. So I am super happy about these new movies. It's been a while since I've purchased anything, mostly because all the stuff that I want has been too expensive, or usually both, the scalpers take it. I really wanted to get Tron 1 and 2 with the 4K release, not on Steelbook. I'm not a fan of Steelbook. I'm not even sure they were released not in Steelbook, but either way, I wanted to buy Tron 4K 1 and 2, but the scalpers took it. So now I have to wait for supply, maybe some used ones to come out, but I was excited to get some new movies. All right. Again, I'm not ending the stream just yet. It's going to take me just 2 minutes to hop over there, and the stream will stay live. Just finished my RX-7 the other day. So that's a lot of fun. Okay. Hopefully some of you will stick around. I'm staying live. You'll hear me talking as I switch over to my desk. Here we go. I'm gonna pull up Steam. It's funny, I'm a little ironic. I'm talking about physical media, and I'm just about to play some digital-only video games. Ironic, yes, I do play some non-physical media as well. I prefer to buy physical. I was pretty upset when Diablo 4 came out and there was no physical copy. I have the box of my Diablo 3 sitting up on my shelf. And so it was pretty sad to not have a Diablo 4. I've got 1, 2, and 3. And to not have 4 to be able to put up on my shelf as well was pretty sad. So it is hard to compete with Steam when you've got summer sales like it's going on right now, and it's so easy to get big sales on video games, which Nintendo doesn't do, and the sales on other consoles aren't as steep as Steam. They do have some super amazing deals. So that and they also have smaller indie stuff, which a lot of the really small indie stuff they simply can't, pump out the physical media. So the games I'm play here that are chill are just, very basic games I wouldn't expect to be on physical media anyways. Nor would I buy and collect these types of games. I'm going to pull up what I've been working on here. And does anybody have any game requests? I'm going to hop into 3 different games here at the same time. I have. I've become Drax. I'm just sitting very still, so you can't see me. Okay, let's pull this one up. Oh, you know what? I just realized here I am working on my scene to get my game all set up, and I didn't move the camera. So I guess I gotta move the camera. All right, now I can work on the scene and actually be in here. All right. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna edit the scene I'm already in. Okay. Oh, did I miss it? Okay, no. Oh, I did. All right, let me show you what I'm working on here. Why is it showing like that? Huh. That should not be showing like that. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Got stuff all over the place. Let me get my tapping on here. Anybody else play idle games? I know a lot of people think it's weird. Shift this over here. Okay. There we are. My messy desk. Or maybe not. Let's go over here. Somebody who's trying to be casual, I am all over the place. Here we go. We got. See if my ninjas are any better. Come on, 8x speed. Get through this quick. Nope. That's fine. There we go. Now, did I already tap on that one too? Oops. Ooh, it's time for me to not want you. What I'm going to do. This is where an auto clicker would be good. Come on, click, 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 click. Oh, whoops. Tick, 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 tick. Click, 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 click. One. Hooray! Coming. I hit these not. Come on. Get them all. Might be idle, but I have to come back and do some active play. Getting a shuriken here. Do I have it? What's in here? Time added. Come on. Maximize my gains here real quick. There we go. All right, got my 2 idle games out of the way. With that in mind, I can now chill. All right. Wish I had a drink in here. Let's pick a different board. I think I already did this board for a long time. Graphics. Right. Ooh, gosh, yuck. Wow, some of these are a bit much to look at. Looks good. Did it say I played this one already or no? Can you guys hear this? Let me turn my sound down. Hopefully that's not creating echo. 1, 2. Oops. Kick that one. You can only hear me? Let me turn this up. I can't remember. Did I put music on this? Oh, this is the one that doesn't have music. Can you hear the card flipping? Okay. So yeah, this solitaire game doesn't have any music, so it's just me. So I just hear the cards every once in a while. What's under this 8? Jack? It's a high card. I don't know if that's good. Gonna take it though, just to see. Nice. Need a red 5, no, 8. Need a red king. Oh, perfect. Oh, shoot. Locked. Oh, is that it? Oh, shoot. Hint. Those are all my hint cards? Does it help me? 2, 3. Yeah, it's right there, but it's stuck behind here. 5. It doesn't help. 6 can be moved. Help me either 9. Well, this is just showing me where that I can move them. That doesn't mean I can get them down here. Look at this. 3. Is there 4? Not stuck behind that one. God. Shoot. Gotta beat a game. Five. Wait, I can do 10. Won't help me. Pretty silent with no music, huh? What am I missing? This hint button sucks. I want real hints, not just. Oh, I didn't meant to hit start new deck. Is there an option to like not like warn you? There's not. I was liking that deck. Oh, oh, wait. Don't do that. Not yet. 3. 9. I need a red 9. There it is. 7. 4. Another 6 here. I can do this one. There we go. Come on. I've got this. So close. 7, 8. So close. It's coming up. There it is. There it is. Oh, come on. Keep playing. Keep auto playing. Yeah. Did it. All right. Well, now I feel satisfied. Yeah. This chair. It's no wonder streamers buy better chairs. This one keeps, the back on this one keeps falling. All right, I did it. I won. Got some gaming in. Got some talking head session in. I am happy. Okay, everybody. I'll see you again another time. I'll be uploading my edited Lego stream. It's condensed and has a bunch of stuff that I was talking about. So I hope that you check out that compilation video that I'll upload to replace the old broadcast streams for those. And hopefully I'll have more for you tomorrow that's interesting. See you later.